The Bitcoin price is compressing and is about to be breaking out any moment right now here. So on today's update video, I will be discussing all the most important charts, including the fact that in December in a bull market year, we usually tend to go the most exponential. I'm gonna be exactly discuss this, all the exact data points about smart money and stupid money entering the market right now here, and what that means for the upcoming period in the Bitcoin market. And more importantly, we're starting to see massive growth on the M2 again here. So I will be discussing that and much more important and crucial information about what currently is exactly playing out with the Bitcoin price action right now here. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes, and let me jump straight away into towards the content. So on the imminent short term, I have adjusted ever so slightly my symmetrical triangle, but basically what we're still seeing is that Bitcoin is indeed still bouncing from off this very important upward sloping support line. And yes, we're also still seeing some rejections from off that downward sloping resist line. And basically, if you just remove all the drawings right now on this chart, where it comes down to is that we are still creating a lower high structure on the top side, and at the same time we're creating a higher low structure on the lower side. So basically the Bitcoin price action is currently getting compressed, and what I think is that this compression will be ending whenever we see a breakout clearly above any of these lines right here. We're going to be just seeing that next major move for Bitcoin getting created. So Bitcoin is currently clearly compressing. We're seeing that we of course did create that CME gap over the course of the weekend, but just like I was exactly expecting, no matter if we go up or down here, always at the end of the Sunday, we tend to come down towards that CME close price, and that is exactly what happened again for Bitcoin. So right now, if I'm looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we're seeing that Bitcoin is just ever so slightly creeping up on that 4-hourly time frame, pushing up higher and higher. And the consolidation which we're currently seeing is a very normal thing here. I mean, I've discussed it many times before. Bitcoin is right now creating a major dodgy candle, and just like previously around at $1,000, $10,000, guys, this has always happened before as well. And if I'm looking back at history, last time it took us about like 3 weeks here before breaking above that $10,000 mark, and something similar for that 100k mark would be all more than likely to be expecting for the Bitcoin price action this time around here. But there are different ways on how you can be approaching Bitcoin. On the 4-hourly time frame, there are also bigger support lines which I'm currently looking at. That is, of course, that major upward sloping support line where I'm looking at right here. And really, in the moment we're going to be breaking that trend line, we could be, of course, quite worried. But, of course, the most important support for Bitcoin is by far going to be that $90,000 level. And if I'm looking also at Bitcoin, you are seeing that major downward sloping resistance line as well here. So, basically, we're seeing some new compressions getting created right now here. And that is ultimately a very excited thing here. And what I want to be pointing out here is that usually in the last cycle as well here, November is really where the bull market starts here. And then in December, we tend to see that continuation of that bull market. Just like you see in 2020, we're right now seeing it exactly playing out in 2024 as well. Only December has not been so crazy so far, right? But usually in December, we tend to see extraordinary price action for Bitcoin and very great performance. And what is also very interesting right now here is that if we're looking at the Bitcoin Future Smart Money Index, we're seeing that there's been a lot of accumulation from smart money around that 70k region, and now dumb money is flowing back in towards the market, and that is ultimately a great signal, because the last time we did saw dumb money flow in towards the market, we basically surged from about like, what is it, 40 or $50,000 all the way up to $75,000 as well here. So we're looking quite good here. And what is even looking better is the M2 growth here. So the total money supply in the world is starting to grow again here. And if you don't know it already, but the most exponential growth on Bitcoin always comes whenever the total circulation of money is also increasing quite heavily in the world. So that is happening right now here, which I'm very excited for here. We're seeing also on this chart right here that on this very important index, we also saw exactly the same structure like we saw in 2023, where we of course touched that support line, saw some consolidation, and then afterwards we had a major breakout towards the upside. Maybe something similar is going to be happening this time around as well here. We're seeing very similar consolidation. Bitcoin has been actually, if you're just looking at the bigger perspective of it all, be consolidating around this $80,000 to $90,000 K region for about a month already. For about a month, we're sitting around this 100k region right now here. And yes, it is really time for us to be moving onwards. But this is very clear consolidation we have seen many times before here. And starting today, we're also once again going to be seeing inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETF, which is of course quite great, since every single day, basically on the ETF, we're seeing major inflows, and also especially on that Ethereum ETF here. And yeah, talking about altcoin season, just like we had in 2021, guys, whenever we did saw altcoin season start, we stayed there for about 80 days here. So that is ultimately a very great thing here, and something similar is likely to be happening ever since Bitcoin dominance did broke below this very important support line we created towards the upside. And Bitcoin, if we're just purely looking at it right now here, we're seeing that we're creating a sort of an exponential structure right now here. And just like we did in 2017, this exponential structure you do not want to be missing out on, because whenever it goes quite quickly towards the upside. So, and really at the end of the day, Bitcoin will just keep going up here for a very long period of time here, as long as, of course, there is more money coming in circulation, I talked about earlier in this video. Further on, we can see that exchange reserves for Bitcoin on exchanges are dropping quite heavily right now here, and that is ultimately a very great thing to see here, because these are the things we must see in a bull market. And yes, we're just basically looking at the consolidation phase, and we're trading against a very important level of resistance, which is that 1.618 here on the Fibonacci, and the 1.618 on the Fibonacci, better said, that $102,000 level is of course an important level of resistance in the Bitcoin perspective here, because we're looking at this major Fibonacci setup here, and the 102k is a very big level of resistance, and ultimately $123,000 is going to be also a very strong level of resistance for Bitcoin, and it will definitely try to look to, of course, open some positions, and especially as well if Bitcoin does come down, guys, I'm going to be looking to open up major positions if we do break down anytime soon. So honestly, I'm getting ready to open up new trades here, and whenever I do so, I will be sharing it on this channel. And if you right now already want to be starting to trade with Bitcoin or potentially many other altcoins, the best place to do it is on a non-KYC exchange, which is Blofin. And if you right now sign up an account to Blofin using that link below, guys, you will get a $10,000 deposit bonus, which is extremely valuable in my opinion. So Blofin is the exchange I'm looking at right now here, and it's very trustworthy, and they have a lot of exchange listings, so don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, we can see that if we're going to compare Bitcoin and the previous cycle to Ethereum and the previous cycle, we can see that basically Ethereum only broke its all-time high in Q1 2021, and Bitcoin, of course, in Q4 of 2020. So basically, Ethereum is about like 3 months after Bitcoin. That is at least what always tends to be happening. And that is why I think it is actually quite a safe bet to be looking at Ethereum right now here. And everyone's saying, yeah, it's not performing well, it's lagging behind here. But I do really think that Ethereum is going to be outperforming Bitcoin in Q1 of 2025 here. And with this chart in the back of my mind, I am definitely preparing my portfolio for altcoins. And yes, you can see it also on these other charts here. The timing is more than right now as well here. You can see also the Ethereum chart here has been consolidating for 981 days here. And in 2018 to 2021, we consolidated for 980 days before breaking above that all-time high again here. So honestly, if we're looking at any data points, historically speaking, it makes a lot of sense that Ethereum is going to be performing extremely well here. It makes also a lot of sense that altcoins in general are going to be doing very well here in terms of the timing. You can see it over here on the Bitcoin dominance cheat sheet, which we have made on the channel and shared with you guys many times before. And honestly, this chart is not even updated because we're already down quite heavily with the Bitcoin dominance, because like you can see, we already broke from that high over there, and we're sitting at 55% right now here. So yeah, we shared this information already quite early. 55% is about here right now. So this is very great to see here. And honestly, guys, I'm just looking for a major continuation of this breakout. We have indeed not broken above that all-time high, but it's just a matter of time before we're going to do so. So especially as well, if we do see a big correction on Ethereum, I am going to be looking to open up a major position over there as well. So this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, liked it, learned something from it, don't forget to slap on that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.